Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we'll discuss the US elections. The US presidential election holds significant implications not only for the future of the American government, but also for international relations, economic policies, and more. This election will shape the country's trajectory as candidates possess distinct visions for addressing social challenges, economic inequality, national security, and environmental concerns. Therefore, the election has become more than just a contest of ideas. It is a referendum on the future of American democracy itself. The 2024 election presented the Democratic and Republican nominees proposing divergent paths for the United States. However, the Democratic candidate Kamala Harris, largely focusing on climate change, social justice, healthcare, and strengthening democratic institutions, advocating for a more inclusive and equitable approach, seeking to close income disparities, address healthcare gaps, and promote green energy initiatives to combat climate change. And the other Republican nominee, Donald Trump, on the other hand, campaigning on a platform emphasizing economic growth, national security, and a reduction in government regulation. They argued for a business-friendly environment, the Republicans, lowering taxes and a reduced federal role in economic and social matters. This platform also emphasized controlling immigration, strengthening border security, and maintaining what they describe as traditional American values. Several core issues have emerged as focal points in the election. The economic circumstance was a significant concern for many Americans, grappling with inflation and the high poverty threshold impacting households in the country. Each candidate has proposed different strategies to address these challenges, with Kamala Harris advocating for salary increases and expanded social programs, whereas Donald Trump called for tax cuts and deregulation to stimulate economic growth. Similar to the economic situation, climate change was another critical issue, with an increasing number of voters concerned about the country's environmental future. Harris supported aggressive and rapid climate policies, including investment in renewable energy and stricter regulations on carbon emissions, while Trump warned against the potential economic implications of such policies, advocating for a more gradual approach to environmental concerns. Healthcare and education were also other major topics as Americans struggle with rising costs in both sectors. Unsurprisingly, the pledged propositions from both sides for these sectors led voters to divide into two separate hands. Harris's proposition was mainly based on expanded public healthcare options and increased funding for public schools, aiming to make qualified healthcare and education accessible to more citizens. However, Trump defended greater privatization in these sectors, arguing that market competition would lead to better outcomes and efficiency, contrary to Harris's platform. International relations have also become determinative in the election, competing with China in trade and technology. The United States' relationship with other major world powers is unprecedentedly complex economic situation. The Democratic candidates supported diplomatic engagement and multilateral agreements to address global issues, pleading for renewed alliances to counter international challenges. In contrast, the Republican candidates' approach emphasized American independence, pushing for more unilateral policies that strengthen national security and economic interests. In addition, recent international conflicts have raised various queries about the US's role in global peacekeeping and its obligations to allies. Each candidate has presented a different vision for America's role on the worldwide stage, with implications for each factor from defense spending to humanitarian aid. The election outcome could significantly shape the US's diplomatic and military strategy in an era where global politics is increasingly interconnected. The 2024 presidential election marked one of the most closely watched contests in recent history, with each candidate fighting to secure the necessary 270 electoral votes from the country's 50 states. In this election, the competition ultimately came down to crucial battleground states that played a decisive role in determining the winner. Former President Donald Trump emerged victorious over Vice President Kamala Harris by reclaiming several swing states and securing a narrow margin in the electoral count. Donald Trump and Kamala Harris focused heavily on swing states, recognizing their critical impact on the electoral count. Trump successfully won back states he had previously lost in 2020, including Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. These states alone offered a significant boost in electoral votes, putting Trump ahead in the race. His supremacy in these regions reflected the shift in voter sentiment and proved pivotal, as each these states carries a considerable number of electoral votes. As a result, Trump garnered approximately 295 electoral votes, surpassing the 270 votes needed to secure the presidency. His victory in traditionally Democratic-leaning states underscored his appeal to voters concerned with issues ranging from economic policy to national security. Trump's campaign strategically targeted areas where he was believed to regain support, which is a strategy that ultimately paid off as he got the key states. In addition to his electoral college victory, Trump performed well in the popular vote, making this election a rare instance where the winner of the popular vote also won in the electoral college. Harris, being superior in states with large urban populations like California and New York, struggled to secure enough electoral votes to surpass her opponent, despite gaining substantial support in other populous states. Trump's success came from maintaining a solid base in traditionally Republican states like Texas and Florida while drawing enough swing voters in crucial battlegrounds. In comparison, Harris saw high turnout in urban areas and among younger voters but could not gain enough traction in the more contested states to shift the electoral map in her favor. The final results highlight the importance of swing states like North Carolina, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. These states, having a critical role in elections, proved again to be the determinative factors. Trump's ability to secure narrow victories in these areas solidified his path to victory, as each electoral vote took him closer to the threshold required to win the presidency. In this video, we had an overall overview of the US elections, dear viewers, and that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Until further video, this was Hevsel Times.